there's nothing more refreshing than jumping into a nice cool pool, especially when the sun is out and the heat is unbearable. Swimming pools are a good place to relax and spend some time with family and friends, but sometimes the pool experience goes to a whole nother level, especially if you are a good swimmer and you're able to get away from the boring shallow end. Today we're going to be looking at some of the world's craziest pools, however. Right at the top of my list, I have a pool that will give you nightmares, and I have another one that's holding some world records that are quite hard to break. But don't worry, I'll also give you some great spots that look like something straight out of a dream. Some are eerie, some are scary, some are ooky, kooky, and dare I even say, spooky. And also one of them has existed for more than 50 years in a palace. So stay with me and explore the craziest pools in the world, because I guarantee you won't regret it. Number 10. Tropical Island Resort Pool, Germany. When we think about pools, we usually think about outdoor spaces, but what happens in those countries where it gets so cold in winter that it's quite difficult to find something fun to do? Well, Germany has a solution, and it's called Tropical Island Resort, a place inside a former military airbase where you can find the first pool on this list. You can swim here even during winter. If you walk inside this place, you'll easily forget about the snow and extreme cold weather outside. Tropical Island Resort really lives up to its name, with a lot of amenities like spas, saunas, water slides, and a lot of fun events during the year that'll make you feel like summer vacation. It's considered the world's largest indoor water park, a title that belonged to Seigaya Resort in Japan before it closed in 2007. I suppose the real question here is, have you ever been to Germany when it's in winter? It's extraordinarily cold, but a swim in this pool will definitely make you feel like you're having a day under the Caribbean sun, even when it's freezing cold outside. Number 9. The Badeschiff, Germany. Another strange pool in Germany is the Badeschiff, a pool inside a river in Berlin. The word Badeschiff literally translates into bathing ship, which is exactly what this is. This spot was built out of a shipping container and was put at the East Arbor section of the River Spree, which by the way is a very nasty river where you would never want to swim. The pool stays open from as early as 8 in the morning and closes at midnight. Once the sun is down, you can expect to find table tennis, table football, a bar, and some DJs to make the night even more fun. You'll forget you're in the middle of a river even, and they even have saunas available during the winter time. And don't worry about the winds at night. The staff nicely puts a cover on top of the pool so everyone who's swimming can stay warm and have fun. It seems like Germans really do love swimming. Whether the weather is hot or cold, whether it's summer or winter, whether it's inside a polluted river or a military airbase, good choices, they always find a way to turn it all into an interesting swimming experience. Number 8. The Golden Nugget, USA. Have you ever swam with sharks? I'm sure divers out there are gonna say yes, but no one really goes to a pool to swim face to face with predators. I mean, unless you're in Las Vegas, where pretty much everything seems possible, and swimming with sharks is not the exception. The Golden Nugget is an extravagant casino with a pool that costs about $30 million to complete. If swimming is simply not enough, there's even a 3-story water slide that sends you down through the shark tank into the pool. But don't be scared, there's a very thick glass between you and the sharks. After all, Las Vegas is not a place where you want to sleep and relax for too long. You gotta stay woke if you want to enjoy everything that the city has to offer, and this pool will certainly help you with that. Number 7. Ubud Hanging Gardens, Indonesia. Not everything on this list is as scary or extravagant. Sometimes you just need to have a pool set right in front of a natural paradise to have a great experience. Right in the heart of Bali, Indonesia, you can find Ubud Hanging Gardens, an exclusive resort with breathtaking views. To make the best out of its location, this hotel has 2 pools. One of them is an infinity pool set on an edge overlooking the valley that surrounds it, and there's a lower pool surrounded by rice fields that honors the land where it was built. Whether you go up or down, this pool is a great way to connect with nature. Number 6. The Underground Zodiac Pool, India. Back in 1943, the Ume Bhawan Palace became the largest private residence in the world. This exclusive home in northern India was able to host guests in more than 300 rooms. It took the work of 3,500 people and 15 years to be finished. Years later, the palace turned into an extravagant hotel where all guests are treated like kings and queens. It makes sense that such luxurious places come with an underground circular pool surrounded by walls and ceilings covered in gold tiles. It's also known as the Zodiac Pool because the 12 signs of the Zodiac are painted as mosaics at the bottom of it. This place is very calming and serene, but also pretty eerie. It's hard to find a pool like this somewhere else in the world. If you want to swim like royalty, this is the place to be though. In fact, a part of this hotel is still the residence of the royal family who built it, so there's a chance you might swim with them if you're lucky enough. Number 5. The Infinity Pool at Marina Bay Sands, Singapore. Infinity pools are trending. It seems like people are not fond of having elevated edges around their pools anymore. Instead, the water just flows out, giving the illusion of infinity. One of the most famous infinity pools in the world is the one in Marina Bay Sands, Singapore. This pool is about 3 times as big as an Olympic pool, and it sits at one of the highest spots in the city, which makes for great views at sunset. You might get some goosebumps down your spine as you swim to the edge, as you'll realize you're on top of a high building about 200 meters away from the ground. That scares you, wait till you hear about the next one on this list. Number 4. Glass Bottom Pool, China. The Holiday Inn in Beijing really wanted to give its guests a different experience when it comes to swimming. For that reason, they built a pool on the 24th floor of the hotel, partly elevating above the lower ground. The bottom of the pool is made out of glass, which allows you to see the people on the street that pass underneath it. It will likely make you feel like you're in the clouds. The purpose of this pool is to make you feel like you're in a nice holiday escape, while in reality you're still in the middle of the busiest city in the world. This idea was first made famous by a hotel in Dallas, Texas. Even though it's a bit of a scary experience, it seems like people really enjoy the thrill of it. Number 3. The Library Blood Red Pool, Thailand. Would you swim in waters that look like blood? I mean, I get it. Some places in the world have red waters due to some materials and rock formations and minerals around, but would you intentionally build a pool that makes its water look red? Well, for the people at the Library Resort in Koh Samui, Thailand, it seemed like a great idea. They use yellow, orange, and red tiles to make their pool look different than everyone else's. The result is this red-colored pool where you can swim and relax while enjoying the beauty of this serene and pristine part of Thailand. Many visitors have claimed that swimming here can be quite eerie and even creepy. But you can't complain when you're in a very modern hotel overlooking the ocean. Just jump in those red waters and enjoy your holiday already. Now it's time for the day's best pick. I did warn you that there was a pool on this list that will give you nightmares, but what does it take for a pool to be so terrifying? After all, pools are closed, controlled spaces where you're pretty much safe the whole time. Of course, it can be quite scary if you swim away from the shallow end and you don't know how to swim. But people know their limits, and there's usually a lifeguard or an experienced swimmer nearby if an emergency occurs. Well, the next pool on this list happens to be the deepest swimming pool in the world, and today I'm introducing to you as one of the craziest pools in the world. Number 2. Y40, Italy. On June 5th, 2014, the Y40 became the deepest pool in the world, a title that previously belonged to Nemo 33 in Brussels, Belgium. This deep pool was mainly designed for people who practice diving. It was built as a part of the Hotel Terme Millepini, and it's about 43 meters deep, almost the same as an upside-down Chicago water tower if it was built down towards the center of the earth. If you dare go to the bottom of the pool, you can swim through some tunnels and say hi to hotel visitors who were not as adventurous as you. The bottom of the pool is at the same level as an underground pathway where people walk by. They can see you through a thick glass that separates you from them. Some swimmers have passed out on their way back to the surface as they become victims to the bends, which is a decompression sickness that happens when people ascend too quickly from the depths of the waters. But this should not be a challenge for experienced divers. If you can't take a deep breath to go as deep as 43 meters, this pool might not be for you, and it'll definitely give you some nightmares if you get stuck halfway through your underwater journey.
I saved the best for last, but first, I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. If you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it, it really works.
Number 1. San Alfonso del Mar, Chile. At the top of this list, we have a pool that holds the record as the longest one in the world. It is 1.3 kilometers long and it takes up 8 hectares of space, which is equivalent to putting 8 football fields together. God, just try to imagine that. No wonder people here are allowed to practice diving, windsurfing, sailing, and other fun water sports that you probably can't practice at your regular pool. There's enough space for all of that in there, and more. This pool is part of San Alfonso del Mar, a resort complex overlooking the Pacific Ocean. There are 1,300 apartments and 11 different buildings. Every building comes with its own set of pools, ocean views, and a private beach. It sounds like a pretty exclusive spot. It's only 90 kilometers away from Santiago, the capital of Chile, and it's filled with 250 million gallons of seawater. The construction of this pool, which is more of a lagoon, I mean it even has a pyramid in between, took 5 years to complete and it cost $1.6 billion. It's a lot of money. Well, the yearly maintenance costs $3 to $2 million, but I'm sure the owners can easily pay all the costs with the visitors that come throughout the year. Are you ready to go for a swim in one of these pools? Which one of these pools was your favorite and which one is likely to give you nightmares? Maybe there's another crazy pool you'd like to tell us about. Let us know in the comment section down below. With all that said and done, I hope you all have a good day and I will see you all next time. Later,